Leader Richard? The backpack zipped quietly at first, then louder and louder, till he was yelling from Gertrude's back. Leader Richard, is that you? From the corner, Leader Richard proclaimed a message with passion, waving his hands vigorously. Does anyone have a hand to lend to our cause? Anyone? I tell you, Steve the Backpack, Steve the Grand, the great and unseen one, intends to have all animate backpacks and purses freed from the curse of the napping witch of the knapsacks. Have any of you a loved one that has been transformed into a bag by her spells? Furthermore, does any of you have word of a wizard or witch able to perform such a freeing feat for those enslaved to this baggy-natured spell? Steve the Grand has freed many from the ropier's cage on the momentous mountains. How much more should he and the bags be freed from this curse? Hearing Steve's call of his name, Leader Richard paused in his message and squinted, looking through the hustle-to-bustle of the city. Steve the Grand? Is that you? My master? The man abandoned his post and ran to the boy that carried the backpack, only stopping to call on his cheetah parrot. Come, Sir Rainbow Feather Specklefur! Gertrude, turn around. Let me talk to him, Steve zipped. Okay. Gertrude chuckled as he turned his back on Richard, allowing Steve to speak to him. Leader Richard, is there any more news on your search? Steve zipped with as much excitement as the zipper can zip. Taking off his straw hat, the man hung his head low. Unfortunately, no, my master. Forgive me, please. I prostrate myself before you, oh great and unseen one, Richard said, kneeling on the ground before the backpack, causing a sloth-goat chariot to slowly dodge him, and almost hit a playful candy kid. For a while there was a silence between the bag and Richard. Oh, master, please do forgive me, exclaimed the leader with worry. Gertrude? What's happening? Why isn't he answering the rest of my questions? Sorry, can't see, Steve finally said. Yeah, he's kneeling on the ground. Unsure of how to react, the backpack spoke. You're forgiven, Richard. Arise. Oh, thank you ever so much, Steve the Grand, Richard exclaimed, standing back up. Now, as for your prior inquiry, none of these candy people have been of any help. They all seemed enslaved to some spell themselves. Supposedly, Nolan the Flatterer has been here. His wizardly powers are phenomenal. It appears that if he compliments anybody, they have to believe it is true. Hence the name, Nolan the Flatterer. If the terribly evil sorcerer tells you that you're really good at acting like a pineapple, you believe it, so you have a desire to act like a pineapple. Forgetting for a moment that he was in the presence of his master, Leader Richard rambled on. I suppose his only weakness would be a person that doesn't like showing off what he's good at. But on the other hand, it would really put that person in a pickle if Nolan told that person that he was good at not showing off. Then he would be showing off by not showing off. What a conundrum. Realizing his tangent, Richard straightened his posture and apologetically continued. Oh dear, I have rambled. Forgive me, master. I shall continue my point. It appears that Nolan has somehow convinced this whole city that they are really good at being, well, quite frankly, stupid. Now, none of them ever make much sense in what they do, only following whims, thus the formation of what they call the Idiocratic Council. Who knows how long that whim will last, though. Lovely. Just lovely, Pancake butted in, stepping over a gumball a kid had just kicked. That explains a lot. Indeed, girl, Richard said, scratching his head. Sorry, who are you again? Oh, nobody, just nobody, the candy girl said, blowing swirls of cinnamon and crossing her arms in frustration. That is, being both flustered and frustrated. Readdressing Steve, Leader Richard said, My master, O great and unseen one, what do you wish me to do? Is there any message or mission that you would like me to send Sir Rainbow Specklefur on? With the mention of his name, the cheater parrot let out a tweet. No, just keep searching. Leave Candy City. There isn't anything here for you, the backpack said, downtrodden. As you wish, O great and unseen one. Forgive me for my inefficiency. Your other followers are currently on the hunt, looking any and every, anywhere and everywhere. And with that, Leader Richard and his cheetah parrot slowly walked away, almost getting hit by a low-flying slug pigeon. Sorry, Steve, Pancake sighed kindly, though still a bit frustrated. Indeed. I'm sorry as well, Backpack. Calvin the ape croaked, peeling a banana he had just bought from a market stand. In all my years, I have never heard of a backpack being changed back. But I'm sure it is quite probable. Calvin suddenly stopped peeling the fruit and looked beyond Gertrude, Pancake, and Steve, and kept quiet for but a moment. It appears that I need to take my leave, he said quietly, as he began backing up. Why? Pancake huffed. Follow me, and I'll show you where to venture from here, but we must hurry, the ape responded, ironically calm due to his old age. I would prefer you just tell us, guy in a costume, Pancake said, putting her foot down and smashing a slug pigeon that was a little too slow and a little too curious. Ugh, disgusting! No time, the white ape croaked plainly. You can either follow me or not know the way to the breakfast temple. Your decision, but I must be going. And with that, Calvin shoved the remainder of his banana in his mouth and ran off on all fours, barely dodging the immense amount of goat sloths and kids. That is, candy children, not baby goat sloths. Maybe the baby goat sloths pull chariots. Making the baby goat sloths pull chariots was banned ages ago. What was his problem? Pancake puffed. Well, by my calculations, I would say the horde of candy people charging this way with pitchforks, Gertrude said, putting his hand to his sword hilt.